Hey everyone, it's Kong again with a PvP match. I might release a couple of these videos, just quick little replays of some of the matches that I played on my way to Langrisser rank and hopefully the playoffs this season. We'll see. We've got the band pick on the screen here, just so you can check that if you're interested at all, but I'm going to be jumping right to the battle. Now, this was an interesting battle where both players were very focused on Tenquin's Cherie. I spent a lot of my time trying to count tiles and figure out how to keep my healers safe from Cherie's multiple act again potential, teleport potential, any moves to get behind my lines. I was kind of okay with letting her come behind my lines and kill one of the healers on her second action, because that would strand her there and then I could take her out. But I didn't want her to be able to kill one of my healers on her first action and then retreat back to her tank. So I used Act Again on Jugler there just to present the threat to prevent Cherie from coming in and committing. And so Tenquin didn't commit Cherie on that turn. He just moved her back. So we're really both just positioning around potential Cherie moves here. I go ahead and pop Rosenseal's 3C early just to kind of take her off the table as a Cherie target, because she has a revive now. My team composition actually doesn't make things super easy for Cherie. So, Tenquin getting the clock on Florentia's 3C and the breeze on Tiny Jess there. So my game plan is really just to find a way to somehow get at Cherie or Tiny Jess. So I have Rout on my Hilda. I also have Jugler as a potential lockdown, although I make a misplay here and just stand there using Triton. That would have been a perfect opportunity to use Jugler's jump. He gave me a spot in between Christiane, Tiny Jess, and Florentia, so I could have hopped in there, shut down the tank. Tiny Jess wouldn't have been able to move to kill my Jugler. So now he's kind of shifted gears and is basically using Tiny Jess to try to hammer down my Hilda, which is probably the right play, to be honest. I preemptively jump on his Cherie here to prevent her from being able to make a follow-up play there. And now Tenquin's going to do a domino effect of Act Agains to basically rescue his Cherie. So I played my Jugler hand, unfortunately, stymieing Cherie for one turn, but now she's back in safety. And I'm just super lucky that that T-Jess follow-up didn't take the first life off my Hilda, because hammering away at Hilda is basically his path to win here. So he does pop the first life with Cherie and then run back to guard, which is the thing I've been trying to avoid this whole time. Bernhardt is my only DPS, so I do need to keep him alive. I tried to go for the kill on Florentia here, but Bishock not able to fully finish her off. But that gives me a turn to run Hilda back up to Bernhardt to get him back under guard. Okay, so now that the healers have all moved, my play is to Act Again Hilda to get her back into the action so that she can use Rout. She does survive that Tiny Jess again. And she has a spot to come up here and Rout Cherie, knowing that she'll be guarded. That stuns Christiane for this turn. I still have my action with Bernhardt, so that's going to be my chance to take out Tiny Jess. Very important DPS on his team. Now I do have him kind of up against the fog. I need to kind of collapse and stake a claim to the middle of the map here. He does assassinate my Leanna. It takes both Cherí's moves. She survived by 100 hit points off the first one. Guardian Infantry putting in good work. Protecting the Cherí since that's his main source of damage here now. He does have a slight edge on damage, so his game plan at this point is to get into the middle and survive. Now, what I need to do is prevent Christienne from getting to the middle at all costs, because I'm going to have a really hard time killing her. So if she makes it in to safety, it's basically going to come down to damage. If I manage to edge her out, then I can hopefully kill all of his units. So I basically shut the door here. Cherí's getting in regardless because her mobility is off the charts. Bernhardt hanging on for dear life. Christienne does have a revive. And Cherí claims the last spot. So Cherí is letting Tenquin keep that damage delta alive. He's got a 60,000 damage advantage on me at this point, and he uses Christienne's last life to get a faction buff off for Cherí. So at this point I either need to close that gap of 60,000 damage, or I need to basically kill both of these units before the turns run out. I know I have a couple turns left, so I want to make sure that Burn is at full power. Now, interestingly, Florentia attacking into Hilda there may have secured me this, because it meant Florentia wasn't at 100% health, so Burn was easily able to finish her off. And then this turn, I figure I'm going to have an easier time with Cherí, because even if Burn doesn't secure the kill, I can always move Jukler down onto the Fog and Beast Shock, sacrificing his life for the win, but Bernhardt manages to seal it for me here. And a very close game, a scary game of positioning and being scared of Cherí for 12 turns. So, very excellent game. I don't think Tenquin or I really made any mistakes. It was just kind of a game of nerves and positioning, and it came down to claiming the middle. So thanks for that game, Tenquin. That was a really good one.